Hey guys, Rachel here, and a lot of you had been commenting on my cry it out method and spanking video, requesting like a video on how I feel about it now, since that video was made 2 years ago. Skylar, actually it might have been a little more than 2 years ago, because Skylar, I'm pretty sure, was only like 6 months old, and she is now 3. So obviously my opinions on some of that stuff have definitely changed. We'll go ahead and start with the cry it out method. On crying it out, since Skylar has been diagnosed with autism, cry it out method is something that I really can't use hardly ever. She's 3 years old, so sometimes I can use it if it's like toddler behavior, but I have to, as an autism parent, be able to differentiate the difference between toddler behavior, like typical toddler behavior, and atypical autism toddler behavior. So there are times when she might throw a fit because she doesn't want to do something, and that's toddler behavior. Or she throws a fit because she doesn't get something, and that's toddler behavior. But then at other times she might be in the middle of a meltdown that could become like self-injurious. With autism, when she goes into a meltdown, she throws herself to the floor, she rolls around, she'll roll into things, she'll hit herself, like bang her head into things, just all kinds of crazy stuff. So in that instance, obviously, it is not safe for me to use a cry it out method, nor is that even like humane. In that instance, this is kind of going off on another topic, but for her, what I have to do is I have to restrain her and hold her. For how long, it just kind of depends. How long, sorry, it is hot, I'm sweating, it is hot as balls outside. I know. But anyway, so yeah, how I treat that situation is really dependent on what her behavior is. But as far as the cry it out method goes, as a toddler, as far as her being a toddler goes, no, I don't really use that anymore. So, I mean, the only time I'm going to really use the cry it out method is if it's bedtime and she just absolutely does not want to go to bed. That's toddler behavior. She doesn't want to go to bed. That's not an autism fit. It's not a meltdown. That's toddler behavior. She doesn't want to go to bed, so she's pitching a fit about it. In that case, yeah, I'm going to let her cry it out, because you know what? Tough toddies. It's bedtime. If you don't like it, too bad. You know, I'm mom. I make the rules and I say it's bedtime. So if you feel like you need to cry about it, then you just go right ahead and you cry about it. You know, and it's not like I'm mean about it. You know, I let her know that I love her, and that's what I tell her. Mommy loves you very much. I'm not being mean, but it's bedtime right now. And if you feel like you need to be upset, then you just be upset, you know. And that's kind of how I handle the situation. As far as spanking goes, I actually, after getting the comments and stuff, I went back and reviewed my old cry it out method and spanking video just to see like what I had said, because I don't think I've watched that video like since I made it. So I went back and watched that, and I realized that on there I said at the time that I was on the fence about spanking and that Zach didn't want to spank at all. Yeah, that's way changed. We do spank. I know that sounds kind of fucked up because our child is autistic, but she is a high-functioning autism. You know, it's a touchy subject, but you know, she has a lot of therapies and different therapists, and I've had meetings with them about this, and I've had discussions with them about this, and nothing else works for her. We have tried timeout, we have tried taking toys away, we have tried all that kind of thing, and it doesn't work. Now, I'm not going to say I spank for everything, you know what I mean? She gets into the cabinet and dumps something out, I'm not going to spank her. It's over important things, like with the autism, she doesn't respond to her name, and she won't respond to verbal commands even when they're extremely important, like stop, or, you know, wait, or don't move, or whatever. So say, just for instance, say she's running for the street, and I yell her name, and I scream for her to stop, and she's still running for the street. I don't know what else to do other than run after her, catch her, and bust her hind end, because I'm sorry, I would rather you have a red rear than to be scraping you off the pavement. You know, point blank. I'm not being mean, and I just, that's fair as fair. Same thing with, you know what I mean, if we're in the grocery store and she's standing up in the cart or something like that, and I can't get her to sit down. You know, I would rather bust your rear. Again, I would rather have you have a red behind than a busted head. It's, you know, it's in extreme instances. I don't spank about everything, but I do spank. And Zachary does too, you know, and like I said, it's really the only thing that we found that actually works. So, also, I had someone comment and ask on that video what the difference was, because in that video I had mentioned several times like that I feel like there's a big and there is, not I feel like there is, a huge difference between spanking and beating a child. Like, sorry, I'm having a late afternoon Bloody Mary, don't judge me, okay? There was a fly and I had to shoot him away. And if you're a parent and you try to tell me that when your kids lay down for a late afternoon nap, you haven't ever snuck a beer or something, you're a liar and I don't believe you. So sorry if that offends anybody. Anyway, where was I at? Oh, yes. Difference between spanking your child and abusing your child. There's a big difference. And I'm not insulting you for the fact that you had to ask. But to me, the difference is when you spank your child, you're doing it because it was actually necessary. Like the instance that I said, she was going to run into the street, hypothetically. She was going to run into the street. I had to spank her to make her understand that that's not safe and it's not okay. She's upstairs acting a fool right now. Oh, just kidding. She's at the door acting a fool right now. Ew, you picking your nose? Yucky. That's a yucky. So I'll pick this up in just a second. So I'm picking this back up and I'm going to try to make it fast because where I'm sitting, some time has passed and I finally got her down for a nap and now the sun is directly in my fucking face and it's burning my eyeballs. So, okay, the difference is not only that you have a purpose to spanking your kid, but it's also that you're not, like, first of all, my best piece of advice on if you are going to spank, never, ever, 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 never spank out of anger. Ever. Just don't do it. And I think the other difference is, like, if you spank your child and you leave a handprint or something, like, you know, yeah, that sucks. I've done it and it hurts your feelings. It makes you feel really bad. But like I said, like in my hypothetical instance, if she's about to run in the street, I'd way rather have a handprint on her ass, I'm sorry, than to have to call the law and tell them that my kid just got hit by a car, you know. But there's a difference between like leaving a little handprint or something that goes away within a few hours and putting bruises on your child or, you know, putting a welt on them or something, you know, that's going to last for longer than a couple hours, or a bruise. Like that's beating and that's a big deal. And that's why I don't spank with anything but my hand, and I don't spank out of anger. So yeah, for me that's the difference. Anyway, so this has been my updated video on, I mean, what my opinions on that stuff is, or are, what is the proper word there? What my opinions are now, on that kind of thing. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful. I'm so sorry that it took me 11 freaking months to get back to that, but now that we're back up and active on YouTube, I promise you, if you guys request another video, it will not take me that long. Scout's honor. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment below. Let me know how you feel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Mwah. See you guys later. Bye.